Power Chord.
Hey, Power Chord channel. Today we have to make a jump in the past, let's say. So we have one of the guitar player of one of my favorite, at least European punk rock bands of all time, Undeclinable Ambuscade. Undeclinable Ambuscade. You will say what's to pronounce. Hey, Dennis, thank you to be online with us.
Nice to be here, Matteo.
Let's start. I just put down some questions like a real journalist, but I'm just a punk rocker that would like to have a talk with friends. And the Undeclinable Ambuscade have a very special place in the history of European punk rock. Looking back, what do you think made the band stand out from the beginning?
I guess we were on the right time with the music that we played, because there were not a lot of skate punk bands around that time, in at least not in Holland. And I think then we played, for example, with the Offspring when they were very little band in our town.
You are talking about what year? Which year?
I think what we started maybe 93, 94. So and we were just doing like the NoFX things, and there were not a lot of bands doing that. So we were a bit lucky that we were one of the, and we played in Holland one time. There were 4 American bands in the Milky Way, very famous place in Amsterdam, and 3 of them said we couldn't come. So we were asked if we could come, and then the whole of every punk kid came to that show. So that made our name very stable in Holland.
Oh, cool.
And it was like, okay, hey, and then we get invited. I don't know, it's just a bit lucky. I guess.
Yeah. And what do you remember about your first days in the band? What's your memories?
Oh, I was a little bit later in the band. I was before that. I had a really hardcore band, Last Options, and my bass player, his wife, was doing the lights for the Undeclinable.
Oh.
And they played a sort of contest in Holland, in our province, and they made it to the finals. And they invited a lot of people with a bus, go to the different city. And that was the second time I saw them. They didn't win, but they had like so much fun on the stage, and they were crazy young kids, And then in the Jorg and Helmer, they came to see my band. We played with UK Sub somewhere in another town, and they came to see Last Options, and they said, "Whoa!" And they were very impressed by my playing, my fast playing. And they said to Jasper, "Now we want to have Dennis in the band, and if you don't agree, you can go, but we want to have him in the band." And Jasper, he thought of a different Dennis. He said, "What? Why?" And then he knew that it was me, and he wanted to start only singing.
Okay.
And then I joined the band.
Cool. Your music combined catchy melodies and powerful guitar, strong punk rock attitude. What were at the time the main influences behind your sound? I guess it's someone like Bad Religion, or what else?
Absolutely, I think NoFX, the Pennywise, all those kind of bands that were from America, and all the Epitaph bands and the Fat Wreck.
Yeah,
we saw them in our town because we had a good place, and we saw all the bands, and NoFX stayed here, and Green Day, and that's
the scene. Yeah.
And I think also maybe Jasper, if you go back, I think maybe bands like the Beatles, who were very melodic as well.
Yeah.
I think that we listened a lot of. I listened a lot of when I was young to the Beatles and ABBA.
Oh yeah.
And I think the other guys as well. So the melodic things, I think everybody's, has something. The melodic, you think of Beatles.
Yeah, sure. I agree.
The fast rhythms and
yeah.
That's I think.
Is there a particular concert you remember as especially crazy with or unforgettable And with which bands do you share the stage on it? I mean, a concert, an unforgettable concert with which bands you remember?
Of course, we played with Bad Religion, and it's one of my favorite bands, and a lot of guys from the bands love Bad Religion. So we did a tour with them in Germany, 3 days. I think we all remember the 10-foot pole tour, 30 days with 10-foot pole, when we just signed for Epitaph. So many. We played Groesrock. I think, you know, when you grow and then you get bigger, and in the end you can you go to Italy and to Spain and to Europe, and everything is maybe MTV in Italy. I don't know why, but we played on MTV. Wow. But we had so much. We grew so much, and then in 2017 we did a reunion tour, and at that time I was like, hey, wow, so many. That was like 10 years after we stopped, and then you recognize, oh, people really liked us, and we have meant something to people. And you know, when we saw you last time in Bayfest,
Yeah,
you know,
I remember. Yeah,
10 years
I was
after
there.
we could still at Bayfest, also in Spain and in Holland, and then you know, wow, we did something.
Yeah, yeah,
But we played with so many fun bands, and so yeah, wow, almost every time it was a big party, you know. If
yeah.
you played before a big band, or bands played before us, we had always fun.
Yeah. How you talk about Epitaph Records? How did signing with Epitaph change things in your band? If it changed something?
I guess it changed. Of course, Epitaph was the biggest punk rock, so we were very proud to be asked on the label, and then it opened doors. Of
Yeah,
course,
sure.
you know, at one you already had the distribution of the records in the whole of Europe, and they put us on the tour with 10-foot pole. So yeah, it made a really big difference.
Yeah, yeah. And after so
MTV,
many, yeah, MTV.
sorry, no, sorry. You go.
After so many years, what does punk rock still mean to you personally? Has your relationship with punk rock changed in the years?
No. I didn't play music for a lot of years. I started playing a band like 2 years ago. It's a punk rock band, 2-star review, just for fun. And I started a punk rock Beatle band, only Beatles songs, but only punk rock. We were making punk. And I still go to shows, a lot of shows, a lot of festivals. I don't know. Yeah, well, next 2 weeks, the Rock in Belgium,
Yeah.
very Groesrock. It doesn't exist anymore, but the year on area, big festivals. I do like the small things. I think sometimes I think, oh, again the same bands on the bill, you know. I like to see different starting bands. So I live in my house. It's a living working communion. We have a bunker. It's a small place, 80 people, and I organize shows over there.
Nice.
So I'm still, middle in the middle of the scene, I think. Yeah.
And looking back at your discography, is there a particular song or an album you feel more than the others?
I don't know. I think one for the money. I think that's. I think one for the money, and the other one, the Greatest Adventures, a little bit more the punk rock.
Yeah.
The fast, and then I think you see a sort of development as a band, as musicians maybe, and that's one from the last one.
Sound City Burning.
Yeah, that's a little bit different, I think, more slow tempo, but yeah, they're all
special for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like not, and I don't listen to it. I don't listen to it.
What is one thing you learn through playing so many years in a punk rock band, personally?
What do you learn? Oh, well, that we can that I can cope with a lot of people. You know, you learn a lot of people, and you have to if you're with 7, 8 guys always on the road, you have to adjust to the people.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Like in
so
a
it's really,
family.
yeah, exactly. And how do you cope with that? And when Jasper left the band, we were very angry, to say, because no, we were just writing the music, and he should only sing, and then he'd stop. So that's also a part of with the group, respecting each other's opinions and choices. I think that's what I learned, and that when I started playing with another band, I played like I don't know how many years in Undeclinable, and I started playing with another band, and we played the first show. It was in Germany, a nice small hall, and I was very nervous. I think it was, how can that be? I just so many experience, all those shows, and this show, I was shaking. I didn't remember my parts. Like, what the fuck?
Like the first time. Like the first time.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that because that's really like, okay, this young feeling that, okay, now I'm gonna, oh, this is new. Yeah.
The last question for you: if hypothetically, Undeclinable could make a reunion show with 3 headliners, who would you choose?
Do they have to exist now?
Yeah. No. Even the split. Yeah.
All right. Oh. Okay, Ramones. I guess. Wow. Okay, let's go to the Beatles. And one, maybe Fugazi.
Fugazi. That's cool.
Yeah, that's some nice styles together.
I would come for sure.
Yeah.
Dennis, thank you for your time. It was really a pleasure to see you again after many years.
Yeah, man, me too.
Have fun with this interview. It will be online very soon. Bye, Dennis.
Okay,
thank you.
Cool. Hey, thank you, Matteo.
Power Chord.